Do not throw away your papaya, add it to the caramel like this. I am going to start here by peeling this green papaya, which is nice and firm, perfect for preparing the sweet. I am going to use this peeler, which makes this initial step much easier. I already peeled the entire papaya. As you can see here, it is very clean and ready for the next step. Next, I'm going to cut and slice it to remove the seeds. It is a little hard to cut because green papaya has that firmer consistency. But with a little patience, you can cut the papaya easily and safely. Notice how green it is, perfect for the recipe. Now I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces to make it easier to remove all the seeds. I already cut the papaya and removed all the seeds. I'm going to cut it into small pieces. This way the sweet turns out more delicate and cooks evenly. I chopped all the papaya, and now I'm going to place it in this container. I put all the papaya in the bowl, and now I add 1 tablespoon of baking soda, which will help soften the papaya during cooking. I let it soak for 10 minutes in water with baking soda, and now it is time to drain well. Let's start preparing the caramel for the sweet. Here I'm going to use 1.5 cups of sugar and let it cook until the sugar completely melts. The ideal point is when it transforms into caramel. When it begins to melt around the edges, stir gently. It is not necessary to stir all the time, just enough to help it melt evenly. The sugar has already started melting at the edges. Now I stir carefully until it is completely melted. This way we get a beautiful and tasty caramel. The caramel is ready. At this moment, I add the chopped papaya. I placed all the papaya over the caramel, and now I add cinnamon sticks, which give a special aroma. I am also going to add the sugar. I am using 2 pounds of sugar for this recipe, since 1.5 cups were used in the caramel. Next, I'm going to add water. I use cold water directly from the faucet. I add until the papaya is completely covered. Once it is covered, that is enough. Now you just have to let it cook. The papaya should cook until the water evaporates almost completely. This process takes about 1 hour over medium heat. See how it is becoming very beautiful and shiny. To enhance the flavor, I add cloves, about 12 of them. I stir and let it cook for 2 more minutes. This way, the clove releases its aroma and flavor into the sweet. It is almost finished. The papaya sweet is ready. I turn off the heat and check the texture of the sweet. This is the ideal point. Thick syrup and shiny fruits. Look how wonderful this green papaya sweet is. Now I transfer the sweet to a container. Look how beautiful and appetizing it turned out. A homemade sweet made with green papaya and with a flavor that surprises. Prepare it at home because it is really worth it. Now you just have to let it cool completely. You can place it in the refrigerator or let it cool naturally at room temperature. Here is our sweet ready, a true handmade delight.